Khabib is the best fighter on the planet ever.
So you think this 100%?
I've been saying it. He is the best fighter to ever grace the planet.
How goddamn good Khabib is.
Oh, I know. Yeah, that's the fight that put Khabib on the map, really, for everybody to say, man, who's gonna beat this guy? Look what he did to him. Who's gonna beat this guy?
Yeah, Charles Oliveira is a bad motherfucker. He is a bad motherfucker.
Khabib leaves, and a guy who was there the whole time he was there grabs the championship, shows he's the best, shows he should have had that fight with Khabib, and by the way, takes out a common opponent over a minute faster than Khabib did. New undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, Khabib, the Eagle, Nurmagomedov.
You can maybe make the argument that Khabib lost 2 rounds his entire career. Maybe the second round against Justin, or
first round rather.
Maybe first round rather against Justin, and maybe the third round with Conor.
That's right.
That's it.
Right.
And either one of those didn't get cut, didn't get dropped, didn't get hurt.
Yeah, Oliveira might be walking that one off.
Oh, good right over the top. And he's hurt.
Yeah, he's done.
And it is all over.
He's done.
With a Swanson by knockout.
Felder inside the closed guard of Charles Oliveira.
Oh, big elbow by Felder.
Oh!
Huge elbow.
This might be it. No. Paul Felder gets Charles Oliveira out of there.
Nurmagomedov putting his unbeaten record on the line against Michael Johnson.
Now, that was before when he fought Nurmagomedov. Michael Johnson, on the other hand, has been incredibly active, and he is teeing off on Khabib right now. A bunch of pretty significant injuries where he couldn't really train that well. Oh, he tagged him. He hurt him back again. Completely.
And he connects again.
To put out to defend himself.
Greg Jones,
Look
the
at
wrestling
this.
coach.
Guillotine attempt from Michael Johnson.
Sugar Rashad watching closely.
He does not have it. Terrible position
Guy
for
Joe to
Johnson.
emulate Rumble.
Johnson's getting hurt. Took his time, and now he finds himself getting pounded on. Nurmagomedov all over him, but it looks like Johnson is going to make it to the bell. Wow! Unbelievable.
Right there. Look at those numbers. Wow.
He's going to stop it. He's turning the corner. He's going to get it right here. He's going to break his arm.
Hit his arm.
Oliveira is a very intelligent and a very technical fighter, but Donald Cowboy Cerrone's striking firepower proved to be too much as he stopped Charles Oliveira in the first round. Well, the Gaethje fight really showed what he was made of, because Gaethje has been able to chop everyone's legs apart, and he was landing shots on Khabib.
He was lost.
And Khabib just kept chasing him down.
Which is crazy, because I drank the Kool-Aid. I'm like, well, damn, maybe Khabib is in trouble here.
Justin Gaethje's the best at that. He's the best at that. And Khabib was chasing him down, and Justin kept chopping at that leg. And it was in a bad place. I mean, he'd hurt him. Man,
Yeah.
but Khabib is such a fucking monster. Turned out after the fight, Khabib was fighting with a broken foot. So he was doing all that with a broken foot. They x-rayed his foot as a cracked bone.
So that's why I agree with you, but mindset is the most important.
It's everything.
Part
It's everything.
of being a champion.
Because Khabib obviously is like, he's got a great body physically.
Yeah.
He's physically very strong. He's very athletic. But there's a lot of guys that have that. It's the mind.
The mind.
The mind's everything.
Mind's power.
That shows the heart of a champion. That's been majority part of Charles Oliveira's career. He's had a lot of downs, but he's had a lot of ups lately. And for him to still weather that storm, believe in himself, come back the next round like nothing happened that first round, and go out there and get the finish, shows that he is definitely a tough fighter, and more power and more respect to him. Also,
so it seems like you know the outcome of how a Khabib Charles Oliveira fight would go down. How does it?
You would put me on the spot right now. More power to Charles Oliveira. I'm impressed by him, and I'm a fan for what he's able to do with his career. But I just think there is levels to the game, and I think Khabib is different.
See, oh, I'm gonna stop his takedown and I'm gonna beat this guy on stand-up, you know? I talk about myself. But all the time I say, okay, I come to the fight and I say,
Well,
I'm gonna take you down.
Do.
Yes, I'm gonna take you down and I'm gonna maul you.
I think he's very strong. He's mentally very strong, you know, because everybody know his game. Everybody know his game plan. And he go there and do it, you know? I think that's make him different than the other guy.
Oliveira's a monster. People think of Oliveira as not being a monster because there's times that people have beaten him. Like Paul Felder smashed him, and there's a lot of guys that beat him. Cub Swanson KO'd him. Guys have beaten him, but he got better. And you gotta accept that and not think of like when he lost. Also think that he got into the UFC when he was 20. And so part of the problem was like he was learning and developing and growing as an elite in an elite organization. See, he's been around a long ass time, but he came into his own over the last few years, which kind of makes sense. Like he figured it out somewhere around 27, 28. But he comes, look, these guys are elite, right? They come close to beating him, but he finds a way to beat them. And the way he does it is so final. The way he beat Poirier, man, that choke was so fucking good. It was so good. Oliveira's a monster. His jiu-jitsu is really good, but maybe his striking wasn't as good as his jiu-jitsu, and then slowly his jiu-jitsu and striking merged, where he's like equal. In both of them, he's lethal in. He's lethal in his striking and lethal in his jiu-jitsu. But the difference is his level of jiu-jitsu is a leap higher than most of the people he's competing against.
I didn't realize that.
He has the most submissions in the history of the UFC. That's the difference between Oliveira and these guys. It's like they're all really good standing up. He's really good standing up. So there's kind of like an even playing field. But when that motherfucker gets a hold of you, you're in deep danger.
Yeah.
Terrifying danger where you can't make any mistakes.
I want to see this guy fight Khabib.
Oh yes, that would have been the fight. And maybe it could be. Maybe it could be still.
To see that fight.
Look, maybe it could be still.
His understanding of balance and weight placement was incredible, dude. Like, I've been fighting and wrestling a long time as well, but he just knew where my weight was and where it needed to be for me to stay up with his foot trips, and it's hard to explain, man, but he's good.
No, that.
Since you fought Khabib, what was it like being in there with him? What can you say about just like the actual like experience of being in there and fighting with him?
Yeah, I mean, he's very strong. Very strong. You know, the transition from the takedown, you know, his ability to take shots. I landed some really, really clean shots. And he's got a hell of a poker face because I know it hurt him, but he acted like it didn't hurt him. You know, he has a great jab. His jab is so effective because of his level changes. I mean, you gotta almost pull your hips back anytime he's changing levels. You know, I could have fought him a different way and tried to, you know, really stand my ground and not move like I did. You know, you'll never know. I'll never know. But, you know, I will move on and keep working and push on to the next one. I'm not sure anybody under 185 pounds in the UFC or in the world could beat that man.
9-0 in MMA, 29-0. It's going to be a long time before somebody does that again. It's going to be somebody who legitimately fights the best of the best back to back in the hardest divisions. In the hardest division, because MMA is not like boxing. You know, boxing, they'll give you names they know you can beat. They know you can beat this guy. They know you can beat this guy. And then, you know, they build another guy on the other end. And then all of a sudden they have a mega fight. And the guy who wins, his record stays clean and he's a superstar. MMA is not like that at all. MMA, you're fighting stud after stud after stud, killer after killer. Like, to be a legitimate UFC champion and to be in the UFC as long as Khabib has been and not have one slip up, not have one loss, all his fights were so dominant.